Job numbers out. Let's go right now, get the very latest from CNBC's international superstar, Erin Burnett. Erin, a lot of numbers to sort through today. I know they were expecting 500,000 new jobs. I know an awful lot of census jobs out there. Break down the numbers for us.
Okay,
What's
so
the news?
Here's the headline. Yes, it was going to be driven by census, and it was. Overall headline is that we had the fastest pace in terms of our increase in payrolls in about a decade. So there's your good news.
That's
now,
great,
the reason for that is the census. Those are temporary jobs. So as I said yesterday, you got to net those out. So we had about 411,000 jobs created by the census in the month of May. When you take that out from the overall number, you don't have many left, and that's the problem. Outside census, job creation was weak, much weaker than it's been over the past few months.
So we're looking at a banner that says payrolls are up 431,000.
Yep.
Are you telling me that 411,000 of those 431,000 jobs were all temporary census workers?
Yes, sadly, that is what I'm telling you.
Yikes. Hey, can we do the census every year, Erin?
That'd be good.
Yeah, I know. Wouldn't that be good? Here's the problem. So you're looking at, for the private sector, which is companies, they only added, according to the numbers we just got, 41,000 jobs for the month of May. Now, in April, those same companies, well, not exactly the same ones, but you get my point, added 218,000. So it's a big drop off in the rate of job creation where it matters, which is in small businesses and corporate America as opposed to government.
Weren't we expecting 500,000 new jobs?
Yes, all in, we were expecting about 515,000. They were hopeful that only about just shy of 400 of those would be census, so you'd still get that creation of between 100 and 200,000 real jobs. But we did not get that.
So does this suggest, even though, and again, these numbers are so bizarre, that goes up when
they bounce all over the place.
It goes up to 9.9 when we have good news. It goes down to 9.7 when we have bad news.
Right.
But the street will see this as bad news for a weakening economy.
They see this as absolutely terrible news. They're very upset. Before this decision, there was an expectation we'd get I'm looking up here to read this. A 78% chance we'd have interest rates go up by January. Now there's only 64% because people think the economy is not recovering as quickly as they thought. So you can see that immediately in expectations of interest rates. You can see it with treasuries. People get afraid. They're going to buy treasuries. Everyone says America is in terrible shape, but U.S. treasuries are still the safest thing out there. And the most important number out there for the market is still that euro, obviously because it's linked to Europe's problems and the fear of them spreading here. But that's the number that matters, and we just saw the euro drop to the lowest level we've seen this year.
And Mort, you flinched when you saw these numbers. Why?
Yeah, because we are looking at a very, very, very weak. We're 2.5 years after the monetary policy of this country has been changed to be stimulative. And we have literally, instead of creating enough jobs to wipe out the unemployment, we have lost 1 million jobs in the last year out of it. This is unprecedented. It's not happened since the end of World War II. We are looking at a terrible number, not just in terms of the 9.7, but in terms of those people who are working part-time, who want to work full-time, and those people who have applied for a job not just in 4 weeks, which is what that 9 points, but have applied for a job in a year. Those numbers are 17%, and another 2.5 to 3 million people have left the labor force. We have not seen anything like this, and we've seen no job recovery despite the largest fiscal and monetary stimulus we've had since the end of World War II, and it still hasn't done anything.
Erin, it sounds like a big black hole economically.
It is. We've got 15 million Americans right now who want jobs, and to Mort's point, you're only counted in that unemployment rate if you've been looking for a job over the past couple of months. So all the people who gave up looking 6 months ago, 8 months ago, they're out of work. We would all say they count, but they do not count in that technical 9.7% number.
But I'll tell you where they are going to count. They're going to count politically. You wait and see what's going to happen in the November elections this year, because there is a total dismay with what's happening to the domestic economy.
And we were promised early in 2009 as one of the first acts of the Obama administration that if this almost $1 trillion stimulus was passed, the unemployment rate would not exceed 8%. And now it's stuck just under 10%, hardly any jobs created.
Erin?
Yeah, Joe, I just want to make one final point, and that is when you take a step back and think about this, maybe we should be grateful that we're not so reliant on exports like Germany is, or China, right? We only get about 7.5% of our economy from exports. So the weakness in Europe may not hurt us, right? We make things and we sell them here in America. So we can create a self-sustaining recovery on our own in a way that no one else can. So that would be the light at the end of the tunnel. And the one positive sign in this number today was an increase in manufacturing jobs.
All right, Erin, thank you so much.
Erin, thanks.
Not good news, but we appreciate the reporting and a lot of stimulus.